Hello there, Internet people. It's your good buddy, Rue, back again to help you know what comics to buy. Sorry about skipping last week. I just got so busy with a bunch of other stuff, and by the time I could get around to it, this week's comics were already out. Speaking of this week's comics, apparently, when UPS can take Thursday off, the day my comics usually get to me, it means I don't get comics until Monday. So tonight's episode will not be about comics that I haven't read. Instead, in spirit of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the holidays, I'm going to go through recent collected series that I've read so that you can either put them on holiday lists, whether it's Hanukkah, Christmas, or whatever other things are going on, or so you can buy them for friends of yours thinking, hey, you may not be into comic books, but I really think you'll like this. So we're going to get started. The first two things I want to talk about, I actually don't have in front of me because Amazon sent them to me recently so that I could review them for the Outhouses. That's theouthouses.com, the greatest comic book website in the universe. That's right, theouthouses.com, spell it like it sounds. But they damaged it. So I'm just going to quickly recommend Joe Kelly's I Kill Giants. That book almost had me crying. It wasn't quite there yet. It wasn't Hitman level of emotional, but I Kill Giants, very good, especially for people who don't think comic books can do anything. And second, well, I Kill Giants is self-contained. That's it. That's all from what I can tell you're getting. The second collected volume that I got from them that was damaged, that I read before I sent it back, was The Unknown Soldier Volume 1, Haunted House. I really like this book, and it's a Vertigo first volume, so that means it's pretty damn cheap, like $10 for 6 issues. The one thing I'll say is I kind of wish the spirit of the Unknown Soldier was more like Grendel, and it hopped around a bit more like an anthology. But no, I really liked it, and it was very good. And I was actually kind of mad Amazon sent it to me damaged, because since I read it and then sent it back, it's very difficult for me to want to buy it again. Moving on to things that I have in front of me. The first thing is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Collected Book, Volume 1. I didn't read the Turtles when they first came out in comics. I have this ability to take myself back in time and not judge anything from current standards. I do this with movies all the time and other things. One thing is, if you think that this might be a bit too hokey when you look through it in the store, don't buy it for yourself, because it's never going to get any better. Personally, I wouldn't buy this right now anyways, because of Mirage's bankruptcy and the fact that the rights to Turtles got sold to Nicktoons, Nickelodeon, whatever. They're not making a Volume 2 or anything else of this. So you don't want to get sucked into this and then maybe when they collect it again in a different format, rebuy and double dip. Me personally, I hate double dipping. I hate spending and wasting the money. You can make a cultural reference about that if you want to. I just hate wasting that much money. I'm glad I have this. This is, if anything, just because that's a damn cool cover. But there's never going to be Volume 2, so I would, if you see it on the shelf at your comic book store, whatever, my recommendation, you forget about it. Don't buy it. Wait and see what Nickelodeon does. Next up, Dark Horse has these really cool omnibuses. They're great quality, the paper, the art is really cool. My personal favorite are the X omnibuses. I got into comics in the 90s, and X was Dark Horse's answer to Grit, grimy, and everything. This is not great art. This is not Watchmen. This is nothing special. What it is it's emotional. I love it. I have most of these in floppies. I got this at a really good deal. For anybody that you want to give a fun book to that they probably didn't read when it was coming out, I recommend the X Omnibuses. This is Volume 2. This one's Volume 1. You got some really cool art from Frank Miller and Joe Quesadilla, however you say his name. I'm going to get yelled at for that on the internet. But I recommend these only if you know somebody who's looking for something fun that they didn't try. Again, this is not great art. Don't give this to someone and say, hey, look what comic books can do. This is just fun, silly. For $25 each one, it might seem a bit expensive. Again, there's always Amazon. Talk to your comic book shop. Maybe they'll give you a discount. The Hatter M books. This is Volume 2 that I'm showing you right now. There's a Volume 1, obviously, that I just couldn't find before I brought everything up. These are gorgeous comic books. But They're part of a larger story called The Looking Glass Wars by the author Frank Bender. These are supplementals. Don't buy these thinking that whoever is going to get them, if they haven't read the actual novels, they're going to enjoy this, because they really won't. I love Alice in Wonderland, so I pick up anything that's peripherally attached to Alice in Wonderland. The novels are generally considered teenage fantasy books. And if you know a teenager and you're buying comics or books or Christmas present with a teenager that you're like, I don't really know what to get them. If they like fantasy at all, pick up the Looking Glass Wars trilogy and possibly these as supplemental. Again, the art in these, look at that. It's just stuff, it's experimental stuff, in my opinion, that you're not going to get from Marvel and DC. Again, it's the Hatter M series. This is volume 2. Mad with Wonder. There's a volume 1. And they go with the larger trilogy called The Looking Glass Wars by Frank Bender. Beddor. Next up, there's more of these out, but so far I only have the first 3, and I only have 2 of them with me, of the Collected Ticks. Karma Tornado and the Complete Edlund. Edlund's the one who wrote the TV show for the most part. I recommend these 2. So far, I'm only through these 2 and most of Big Blue Destiny. Big Blue Destiny bores the crap out of me. It's not funny. It's not interesting. Even if you're going to buy most of the Tick collected issues, if I were you, I'd skip over Big Blue Destiny. Boring as hell. In fact, it's actually putting me off on getting the rest of them because I need to read things in order because I'm anal like that. I'm hoping that someone on the internet will tell me if the next series are as boring as Big Blue Destiny or not before I waste my money. Again, just don't get Big Blue Destiny if you can help it. But the Complete Edlund so far is the best one. It's a bit steep in price, again, for talking about gifts, but very funny, very good. This actually had me laughing out loud, and it's always fun when you laugh out loud while you're reading something, special comic book, in public. It amuses me. Moving on. Chew, Volume 1. I'm only like a couple pages into this, like one full issue, and seriously, I am mad at you, Internet, for not telling me about this book before. This is a great, funny book. I'm not even going to tell you what it's about. Volume 1 has 5 issues in it. It's $9.99. Screw anybody else. Pick this up for yourself. This is a great, fun read. It's called Chew. It's by John Layman and Robert Guillory. Again, I'm horrible at pronouncing names, so there you go. Read this book. Vertigo is doing a collection of crime black and white novels. The Brian Azzarello one sucks ass. I'm not even going to show it to you because I don't want you to buy it. The Ian Racken one, I love it because it's Hellblazer and it's well established how much I like Hellblazer. But this is a good Hellblazer story. It's fun. It's actually kind of creepy. And I really think that this kind of art can show people what black and white can do for a comic book. There's a little bit to be said for how predictable the fact that the pages, you can see right there, how once you realize it's going on, that kind of spoils the story for you. I get it. I think that that's reaching. I think this is a very, very good book. It's a good Hellblazer book. My only real recommendation is get this on Amazon, or again, talk to your comic book shop about getting a discount, because $20 is a bit expensive, in my opinion. Mouse Guard. This is winter 1152. I have fall 1152 downstairs. Seriously, if you don't know Mouse Guard, go pick it up. There's no point in me educating you on something that's awesome because it's awesome. It's about mice this is a serious book. It's not funny. Don't, just because it says Mouse Guard, think that it's humorous. It's a great book. It's great art. And you know me, and you've heard me, I really don't care too much about art. What it is it's medieval mice, and it's fun, and it's great. Finally, the Starman Omnibuses. I have volumes 1 and 2. I'm going to be picking up 3 as soon as I can afford it. I know that it seems on these that I rag on DC, especially recently. The main reason is it's because they used to publish things like this. From what I've read so far, these books work for new comic book readers too. So give this to anybody, especially volume 1. This worked more for me as a new reader than Sandman did. And for my wife, it was the same way. After 4 issues, 0, 1, 2, and 3, I was more emotionally attached to these characters than I've been to anybody in a long time. Buy Starman. Ignore everything I've said for the last 10 minutes if you want. But the Starman Omnibus is for you, for your friends, for your family. Buy them. They are great. Well, I don't know when I'll be back. Happy holidays.